Hello there, my Italy fans. Welcome to the post-game show from last night. After the Leafs beat the Anaheim Ducks 2, I'm now going to take you to the post-game from last night. I hope you enjoy.
Estimation was the difference here tonight?
What was what, sir?
What, in your estimation, was the difference here tonight?
I mean, I thought our fourth line played well all night. I really did. Controlling the puck, making plays, driving the puck deep in the O-zone. It's very happy for them to get rewarded, especially for that kind of goal. It's a big play by Dave, big tip by Stevie, but the whole three of them were played great. It's a big save from Joe. When we needed kills, we got them. But yeah, we stuck with it. We knew it was going to be an easy game. This team has a lot of skill. They play with a lot of five. They play with five guys up the ice a lot and make it hard on you to kind of read where to go. So we knew it wasn't going to be an easy game, especially on a back-to-back, and we just stuck with it.
Steven Lund's fourth game-winning goal this season. What's it like having him on the ice?
Fourth, damn. It's great. Yeah, man. He's been awesome. He brings such a positive energy every day. He works his tail off every day too. So it's unreal to see him get rewarded like that. Like I said, I thought that line played great for us tonight, as they did, the last couple really. So yeah, it's great to see them get rewarded. It's pretty impressive. That's 4 game-winning goals for him.
5 out of 6 points on this road trip. How big is that for the team, just considering how tight the race is?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy road trip in any way. 3 games in 4 nights to get used to a 3-hour time change. San Jose game wasn't easy. We made some big mistakes that they counted on, but I thought we battled back to get a point, which is great. And then these last 2, both teams very good, very hard to play against. So we knew these are important points. We wanted to get them. I'm just happy with us digging in and battling for them.
What goes through your mind when you see the move Max makes in the first one?
Yeah, unreal. It's not surprising. That's what he's got in his bag. I've seen it for many years. I've seen it since London. So it's a hell of a fake shot to get across, to pull it to the backhand, and get it up in such a hurry. It's a great play by him, but also by his 2 line mates. Just Lottie, reading the play in the D zone to get it to Cal, to kick it out to Max, and both of them drive through to kind of draw 2 D-men towards him, and just let Max have the time and space to do his thing. And when you do that, he can make some steady plays.
Did you think you hit the puck high on the not nice goal, or
I don't know.
Were you as they were reviewing that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was just hoping that I got the bounce like we did the other night, I asked the refs after, it's because of my height that I got called off. But, yeah, I've had some tough bounces with stuff getting called off right now, so hopefully it changes.
If you love golf, TSN Plus delivers with PGA Tour Live. For extended coverage, exclusive feeds, and so much more. Subscribe to 6 months of TSN Plus for just $30. Offer ends April 13th. Visit tsn.ca/TSN Plus.
There's a reason that Socrates said the unexamined life isn't worth living. We have to continuously grow. It was Robert Schuller who said, you either expand or you are expendable. And in the, and so, yes. And so in the face of all this stuff that we're facing, the rise of the robots, people have to expand themselves or they're going to be discarded. and you are giving people the tools that they can implement and execute and begin to do something that Abraham Lincoln said. He said, the future belonged to those who create it. And you giving people the tools to create their own future. What people are going to discover, they're going to connect and go to a place in themselves that they can't go by themselves because of the experience. Oliver Wendell Holmes said that once a man or woman's mind has been expanded with an idea, concept, or experience, it can never be satisfied to going back to where it was. So we will ignite a hunger in them to want to reach higher, to push higher. You know, Socrates said a man's reach is to supersede his grasp, or what are the heavens for? So when they leave there, they will be pushing and challenging themselves and betting on them. And they'll have a game plan. And this is very important. And you're always able to create these kind of experiences for people. They will leave there with collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships. You can't make it today by yourself. And what people will learn how to do, in addition to all the various other things, how to build relationships with people that bring value in your life. Academy Award winner Sidney Poitier said that when you walk with somebody, something happens without being spoken. He said, either you adjust to their pace or they adjust to your pace. Now, the question is whose pace that you have adjusted to. And so in this experience that people are going to go through, it's iron sharpening iron. Being around people with goals and dreams, being around people who are betting on themselves, being around people who have a vision of themselves beyond their culture, beyond their programming, and beyond the adversities that they're facing, and learning how to turn those adversities to your advantage. And that's exciting, because this is a time we literally had the rug snatched out from under us. And as soon as we get relaxed and thinking we can breathe now, something else comes up. And so this is a time that we have to have people in our lives, and we have to evaluate them and ask the question, who should I count on and who should I count out? See, there are always people who are there when they need you, but when you need them, and there are moments in our lives, I believe, ask for help, not because you're weak, but because you want to remain strong, and ask for help and don't stop until you get it. And so in this space, we're going to have communities of collaborative, achievement-driven, supportive relationships, people that will hold you accountable, people that will push you and stretch you and challenge you. And in this immersion, it will create a significant emotional event that allows you to make an imaginative leap into the future. Because if we hold a vision tenaciously of what we want to create and engage in the cutting edge techniques and strategies that people are going to get from all the various speakers, then that put a person's success on steroids. A lot of people are failing because they don't know that they don't know, and they think they know. This is a new place. That's why Einstein said the thinking that has brought me this far has created some problems that this thinking can't solve. And ladies and gentlemen, some of you will say, oh my God, I wish I'd known sooner. Well, success is not convenient. You have to accommodate it. If you're serious, if you're hungry, if you're unstoppable, because this is a time that you have to be relentless. This is a time that you have to have a mindset that I mean business.
What was the difference tonight? Why did you guys end up on the right side of this one?
Difference from what? Like just the game?
Yeah, the game.
I thought we played pretty good. Obviously, there was some waves there. It's a good team. They work hard. Got a young talent, so made some plays, transition well, and I mean, you got to give them credit because their D are creating so many offensive rushes in their favor. So found a way to hang in there and got the 2 points. Huge.
There's going to be nights where Austin and John get the job done like last night. There's going to be nights where your line, Steven Lorenz. How important is it to have that depth throughout on a night like tonight?
Well, you're never going to win unless you got all 4 lines going. So that was a huge goal by Stevie. That whole line, I mean, I wish they all could have gotten a goal on that because, I mean, Homer protecting the puck, Davey protecting the puck, and obviously what a tip. So all 3 of them are buzzing. And in playoffs, that's going to be huge because you need all 4 lines, that's for sure.
That's Lorenz's 4th game winner already this season.
Oh, yeah? Cool.
What has stood out most to you about being his teammate?
Just a great team guy, man. He's always in a great mood, works hard, fun to be around, and he's a heck of a hockey player.
What'd you make of what'd you see on there?
Just a rush play. Got a little lucky, but we'll take it.
So, what was the difference here tonight? What allowed you guys to get up on top?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of back and forth there. The whole game we were trading chances a little bit at times, and there was times when it was a little bit stale, and it was just kind of pucks in the neutral zone, and it wasn't super exciting, but we found a way to win. Again, you can't take teams lightly. It doesn't matter where they are in the standings, and we knew that coming into tonight that, I've been on the other end. I've been over in a team like that where, they're not super, super high up in the standings, but, they're still fighting for next season and jobs, so we knew they were going to bring their good game today, and, I thought we battled hard. Had a few lapses. We'll address those in video, but we got the win, so we're happy.
They had a lot of shot attempts. Is that just kind of keeping everything to the perimeter and just sticking with it defensively?
Yeah, I think so. And, we trust our goaltending and the systems that we play. We got D-men that are willing to block shots, and it's a full buy-in from, wingers and centermen. Sometimes you might get in the wrong position, but we're comfortable. If the center goes up to wing and a winger has to fall back to center, we'll play our positions. And like you said, with the attempts, we block a lot of pucks. We get a lot of sticks in lanes, and we take a lot away. So those shots from the outside, like I said, our goalies will stop those.
It's your 4th game-winning goal this year. It's nice to score goals, and how nice is it when they're in big moments?
Yeah, I didn't even know it was my 4th, but I'm not sure what to say. I guess that's the way the game works sometimes, where you might get one chance late, and fortunately I've been able to put those ones in. So that's kind of nice to hear. Thanks.
You get 5 out of 6 points on this road trip. How big do these points feel? Just how tight you are with your old team?
Yeah, it's no secret what's going on in the standings right now. All these points matter, and we got 3 big games coming up against the 2 teams that are in the mix with us. So those are definitely important games and important points on the line. At the same time, we just have to take it a game at a time. We can't be thinking of just those 3 games. I mean, we got, I think, 8 or 9 other ones that we got to play into. So I think it's just one step at a time, and that's what we got to focus on, is just bringing our best every night. And 8 games would be great to play our best hockey every single night, but mistakes are going to happen. As long as we address those and we keep going in the right direction, then we're happy.
Joseph didn't love his game in San Jose. What stood out to you about his ability to bounce back?
That resiliency, it's huge, and our goaltending has been solid all year like that. Like I said, every once in a while, a goalie might not have the greatest game, but our team guys here are right there to pick them up, and he's a top-notch pro, so he works on his game every single day. He's one of the hardest working guys, and he was determined to come in here tonight and play a good game, and he did just that.
Joseph, how do you feel about your game tonight?
Good. I think I did a good job sticking to my process, and we had a great outcome. I thought it was a great team game tonight, and good job staying patient, sticking to the way we play, and closing out a tight one.
How big do these points feel? I don't know if you watched the Panthers-Canadiens game at all, or
no, I didn't.
Just the race.
Who won?
The Canadiens did. Yeah. But how does it feel to be in the race? Are you starting to feel the pressure now that there's only a few games left?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's pressure so much as just excitement, right? I think every game, obviously, every game throughout the season matters, but these points are very important, and just trying to get myself in a playoff mindset before it starts, and I think that's the mood around the room, and I think that's the kind of game we're trying to play as a team. So I think we've done a good job of that.
What does it look like, feel like?
It's a good question. I mean, just the importance of everything, of every moment, right? In the playoffs, the margin for error is even smaller. So I think it's that much more important to be dialed in for a full 60, right? Goals happen quick, mistakes happen quick. So I think, from my standpoint at least, it's dialing in the focus to make sure you're there and you're giving your best and you're fully present for all 60 minutes plus.
Again, Anaheim had over 70 shot attempts in that game. Did it feel busy when you were in there? Or is it just kind of the shots kind of make it from the defense kind of?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't really know how it felt too much. Just try to stay really really present in the moment, and I thought it's nice to get a lot of work and it's nice to be engaged in the game. So from that standpoint, definitely felt that.
4 of 7 Lorentz's goals have been game winners.
That's what you just told me.
What has stood out to you about his ability to come up clutch?
Yeah, well, I'll say the same thing I did out there. I think he's a guy that is very consistent in everything he does. Right, he makes the right play. He blocks shots. He gets the puck deep. He plays the kind of game that we need him to play. And when you see him get rewarded like that from doing the right things, it's pretty awesome. So it puts a smile on my face after the game.
In general, do you feel like your teammates are blocking more shots for you this year? Like, do you feel like the attention to block when shots come out?
I mean, I've definitely noticed just a heightened discipline and unselfishness of the defensemen to do that, and the forwards. I think that's the kind of stuff that wins championships is putting the team first. And you have guys coming off the ice that are bruised, banged up from blocking shots, and that's what it takes. And I appreciate that more than my words can say. Right, like they have a lot less equipment, and they're putting their body on the line for the team and for me and for Stoli. So it's pretty awesome.
You have mentioned patience in the team, and the confidence level, especially after a goal is being taken. How did you guys manage that moment?
After the goal was taken away, yeah. I mean, it's so early in the game that it's disappointing. Obviously, we want to score, but I mean, I can really speak from a personal level. Like, try not to focus too much if we're scoring or not scoring, and just focus on the next play.
Restaurant quality pizza that takes date night pressure off your plate.
Home is wherever I'm with you.
Goalie was good. I thought the team competed hard tonight. We were, I thought we were a little tired, a little gassed. It looked like it anyhow. But, we did a good job defending. I thought that, we did what we had to do to win the game. And it was a big goal by our fourth line going out there. Stevie Lorenz dipping that one in. But overall, I was happy with our game. I mean, I thought our guys did what we had to do to win the game. They didn't. We knew what type of game it was going to be, and I thought that we handled it well. 4
of Lorenz's 7 goals are game winners. What's kind of stood out to you about his ability to come up clutch or get it at a
Well, I don't know. He's in a key moment, and he does a good job. I think, they're all around the net. And I mean, I remember the shorthander, but I don't know if that was a game winner, but he's around the net. He's a big body. He's good around the net, and he tipped that one in tonight. He does a good job of that. He's a down low player and in the offensive zone, and knows what he needs to do to be successful, and he's around the net.
In your experience, how important are those type of guys when the playoffs start in tight games?
Well, they're huge. I mean, you need everybody in the playoffs, and especially a line that can go out and use them tonight against some of their top players and check-in situations and PK and just, driving the identity of your team.
When you see the individual effort Mitch makes on his goal, does anything surprise you at this point what he could do?
No, he's an elite player, and I've always said he's got a great motor. He can go, and seems like he never gets tired.
They had over 70 shot attempts in that game. When you say that you guys did what you had to do, is that offensive thing?
Keeping things to the outside for our goalie. Blocked a lot of shots in the interior. Those are the types of things that we did well tonight. That team's got skill. They can make plays, and they're going to move the puck. They do a good job of it. But I thought that we came back to the middle of the ice and protected the middle of the ice, and we gave them the outside stuff.
Joseph Wall said he's noticed more detail and attention to shot blocking this season. Is that, how much of that comes from you? How much of it is the guys buying in?
Well, it's both, and we stress it a lot. I still think we can do a better job of it. You're going to need to do a better job of it. It's important. It's a big deal. Playoffs and to win hockey games, tight games, you gotta have the willingness to block shots. I thought our D blocked a ton of them tonight.